fairness to which we are all entitled. This settlement represents a tacit acknowledgement by the city of Los Angeles that City Controller Ron Galperin, aided and abetted by City Attorney Mike Feuer and former City Council President Nuri Martinez, who was forced to resign in disgrace, excessively abused their power. Their actions were not just legally wrong, they were harmful to Ridley Thomas's legal defense. You cannot accuse an individual, take away the seat to which they were duly elected, their health care in the midst of a pandemic, I might add, their pension and their salary, then tell them that while they are suspended, they cannot earn outside income and somehow expect that they will have the resources to fight and defend their good name. It was preposterous then, and in retrospect, it's even more outrageous now. Much of the blame for this travesty of justice rests squarely on the shoulders of Nuri Martinez, who allowed her personal political ambitions, racial animosity, and thirst for power to override good governance and good judgment. It was abundantly clear on that now infamous leaked audio tape that Martinez wanted to punish and tarnish Ridley Thomas. And she did, but she ruined herself in the process. Big Mama always said, God don't like ugly, and he ain't fond of cute. Once Nuri Martinez's toxic leadership was no more, the council quickly and correctly moved to resolve an injustice born in part by their own rush to judgment and abdication of responsibility in performing due diligence. Their settlement action this week starts the process of restoring honor and trust. In March, Ridley Thomas will finally have his day in court and a chance to restore his good name. For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Tavis Smiley. We welcome your comments.
Have $250,000 on me right now. Right. Hard to make a song about something other than the money. Two things I'm about to talking blunt and staying blunt. Pretty women, are you here?
Come on.
Are you here right now, huh? We should all disappear right now. Look, you're getting all your friends and you're getting in the car and you're coming to the house. Are we clear right now, huh? You see the fleet, all the new things. Cop cars with the loose change. All white like a mood thing. They can see me rolling in they mood change. Like a motherfucker. New floor, I got a dozen of them. I don't trust you, you are undercover. I could probably make some stepsisters fuck each other. Woo! Talking fillets with the truffle butter. Fresh sheets and towels, man, she gotta love it. Yeah, they all get what they desire from it. What? Tell them niggas we ain't hiding from it.
Truffle butter. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. Don't Google truffle butter. But,
I love Nicki's verse, though.
That's coming. Wait. Blaze that. Nicki does with this track.
Nicki kills it.
Yo, thinking out loud. I must have about $1 million on me right now. And I ain't talking about that Lil Wayne record. I'm still the highest selling female rapper for the record. Man, this is 65 million single soul. I ain't gotta compete with a single soul. I'm good with the ballpoint game, finger roll. Ask me how to do it, I don't tell a single soul. Pretty women, what's up? Is you here right now? You a stand up or is you in your chair right now? Do you hear me? I can't let a whack nigga get near me. I might kiss the baddest bitch if you damn it. I ain't never need a man to take care of me. Yo, I'm in that big boy, but can't rent this. I floss every day, but I ain't a dentist. Your whole style and approach I invented, and I ain't taking that back, cause
and I meant it. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA. Nicki Minaj, 40 years old today. Wow. Happy birthday, Nicki. Stop fighting with people on social media. We would appreciate it.
Maybe you'll get a Grammy, maybe if you
know what I'm saying?
We don't know. But she's such a dope artist, though. She really is.
I was listening to the radio earlier this week, and Bottoms Up by Trace.
Listen here. No, listen here.
Andy, come on. You got to give me that verse. Find that verse from Nicki. Bottoms Up.
Oh, no. She is dangerous. She is dangerous on that song. Oh, my goodness.
That Nicki verse on Bottoms Up is bananas. That's when I said she's a problem. Nicki's a problem.
Her and these different characters that she has and the way she flips her rap up and her cadence and her raps she changes up. I mean, Nicki is a problem.
Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Run, Trey.
Yo, Trey. Oh, my goodness.
Can you think about me about all of those
Oh, Nicki.
We're going to bring that to you in a second. Tonight, just having an overarching conversation about Christmas and what was the one gift when you were growing up that you just had to have as a kid? Did you have like a favorite doll you wanted? Did you have a bike you wanted? Did you have some clothes you want? What?
I got to be honest with you. This is the true moment. I did not even think to want anything or think to have anything because things were so unsettled. I was like, I'm not asking nobody for nothing. Like, I just want to be.
Even as a kid?
As a kid.
Were you guys poor or what?
Struggling? Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, we definitely struggled. But even beyond that, it was just tumultuous. And I was like, I'm going to sit here quiet. I mean, I do remember a Christmas where we all got bikes. That was like a very happy moment. Awesome. That was amazing. But yeah, I wasn't that kid where I was very, very quiet as a kid too. Very, very quiet. And so I just observed and I kind of took, and I was the youngest too. So I took the cues from my older sister, my older brother, like, okay, we not saying nothing. All right, we ain't saying nothing. We ain't, you get what I'm saying? Right. So I was more of that kid.
Well, we missed the quiet Robin, by the way. You got the, I'm kidding.
It's an insult.
I'm messing with you. Okay, this is Nicki's verse on Bottoms Up from Trey Songz.
Oh,
y'all gotta hit it. Watch this.
Can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that Henny? Can I get that margarita? Wanna rock rocks? Can I get salt all around that rum tray? I was like, yo, Trey, do you think you could buy me a bottle of rosé? Okay, let's get it now. I'm with a bad bitch, keys with his friends. I don't say hi, I say keys to the Benz. Keys to the Benz, keys to the Benz. Muff, yeah, B to the 10. If a try to get cute, I'm a snuffer. Double out of money, out of done, yo. Then I'ma go and get my Louis Vuitton. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm really such a lady. I rep Young Money, you know Slim, baby, and we be doing donuts while we waiting. Let's we give a lot of money to the babies out in Haiti, yelling all around the world. Do you hear me? Do you like my body? And I'm Nicki. Rest in peace to Anna Nicole Smith. Yes, my dear, you're so explosive. Say hi to Mary, and Joseph. Now Bottoms Up and double my dose.
I got it.
What?
I got it.
Oh, wait, you got it versus. Give it to me.
Versus Ladies Night Hip Hop.
I can't believe we haven't done that.
Great job. Great job.
Hip hop female songs of all.
I'm with it all day.
Oh my God.
I'm with it all day.
That is fire.
Yeah.
Okay, not verses, songs or verses.
What do you mean? What?
Just an actual verse, because that's a verse inside a song that's not. So where are we going? Songs.
Yeah.
Gotta be their song.
Yeah. Verses would be too much research.
Cause shout out to Nick. I'm a fan. I want to say that, and I diss Nicki a lot on this show. I'm a fan. I don't like her shenanigans on social media.
Yeah.
I don't like the man she married.
Yeah, no, he's ongoing.
Did you see that in the news today?
Yeah. Yep. I'm like, I was just thinking, I was like, this is still. What are we doing with this man? What are we doing here? He keeps dodging things.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, and I probably shouldn't speak on it because I don't have all the details. I guess there's still some lingering financial responsibilities. I don't know if that's the word that he hasn't paid to the young lady that he was somehow involved with. And
you said that very nicely.
I'm trying because I don't, I don't want to cast aspersions on this show, but it's just like I would just say to Nicki, why?
Why him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's okay to be with someone that has a past. We've all been with women that have a past. A whole lot of women out there, some even like a man with a past, which I don't understand at all. But to marry that cat at the height of your career, knowing how vocal you are against other people, knowing it's only going to invite criticism, why would you do that? I don't understand.
Right.
You can't even go to the school of your child.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. That is true. Here's the thing, though. What we don't know is what their past is. And here's another issue, that it's always hard when you're standing on the outside and all you hear are headlines about a person. So we tend to wrap you up and reduce you down to a headline when we don't know anything about this person. And listen, I'm not saying anything about you. I'm
just going by legalities. All I'm doing, Robin. He's probably a great guy.
Well, see, that part is lacking in what you're saying.
But I got to go by legalities, and I got to say, can you be a leader of this family if you're shackled, so to speak?
No, but for
the rest of your life.
But this man, right? Again, never, ever, ever, ever condoning anybody doing anything horrible to a woman, to children, anything like that. That is my disclaimer. But what I'm saying is, this is a man who's had so many years. I don't know how old he is, but he's had a X amount of years to live, right? And then he lives his life. I don't even know his background or anything. Maybe a great guy, maybe a working man, maybe he met Nikki at that time, maybe he was a great guy, who knows? Had whatever happened in that window of time that we know about, or that has been brought to the public that we still don't know for sure. But I know it's an ongoing sort of battle. That's why I can't speak on it, because I don't know what's going on with it, right? Yeah. But there's this period of time that the headlines only talk about because he is now tied to Nicki Minaj. They have they have a child together. So he is a headline, and we've all, as the public, have reduced this man and his entire life of whatever he's been involved with to a headline. I think it's always unfair when we don't know the situation. We don't know anything about this guy.
It's going back to what you and I were just talking about. Because I remember a few months ago, DL attacked Nicki Minaj, remember? He said, I don't know what you're talking about because you married a rapist. Remember DL said that about Nicki Minaj?
I think I remember.
What was the situation? He was defending someone.
Okay.
And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, and we're calling him that for the rest of his life. You know? I don't know what the situation was. I don't know if he pled guilty or was convicted or no contest. I don't know. But people are tagging him. You go on Black Twitter anytime she attacks somebody.
Here's the messed up part about it. I love DL. I'm not attacking that man or anything like that. But every single human on this earth has done something and has either become known or not, or known and washed away. Right. And some people can fly above the headlines. Some people will continue to go on, including him, including a ton of other people. Right. They have the ability to kind of just continue on and to be swept under the rug. So to down another person or to call out somebody else, it's like, whoa, when you have your own things. And again, I doubt any of us really truly know what actually happened, what's going on. Have you been convicted yet? Have you know what I'm saying? We don't know the entire situation. So I'm not calling nobody anything because I have my own life and own things that I've done or whatever. So I just think that's, you got to be careful with that.
I'm with you. I haven't made any assumptions about what happened. I'm only talking to Nikki. That's it. Why would you welcome that into your household? That's all. If y'all want to mess around, have the craziest sex life for the rest of y'all, I don't know. Are they married?
According to Fahima, thank you for this. She said, I'm not a Nicki fan, but I believe her husband was her childhood sweetheart. So yeah, they have to have they got
past history.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. But just because y'all had a childhood, relationship together doesn't mean you're supposed to marry that person.
Who says not, though? Who says not?
Me.
Well, why Danny Morrison?
Because I had a number of, quote unquote, if you want to call them relationships when I was a teenager, just because we had a relationship. And if they go getting into trouble and now got a criminal record and they out of bounds, we can't be together. I got homeboys that I grew up with. Homeboys, ride or die. I can't hang out with them. I've told them to their faces. They be like, Danny, don't even come to the neighborhood because we can't hang out no more. Y'all still out here doing the same shenanigans.
But that's the key. You said you're still out here doing, not because of a moment that they had. You will write somebody off because of a moment that they had?
Back to the point.
Okay.
If he has had a clean life but still has the criminal record, though, Robin, you're still complicating your life.
Yeah, I just,
You're a worldwide superstar. I don't... Love is love. And she's probably like, I don't care what happened. Okay, cool.
And the other thing is, you're right. Love is love, and love has to last you for your life. The intention behind it is getting with the love of your life for the rest of your life, to be beyond a career, right? Nikki is, I don't know how long she's going to continue rapping. God bless her, however long she wants to continue to do it. I hope she's successful. Good for her. But at some point, that's going to stop. You have to get in there, do your thing. You become, worldwide known as Nicki Minaj, this huge superstar. But that is going to stop. Your love and your family and all of that stuff will continue. So I'm not going to put a career above someone that I love, even if they have all the stuff. That's, to me, that's that ride or die type stuff. Like, okay, whatever it is that you have in your life, I'm going to go through it with you, regardless of, regardless of my career or what other people are going to say about you and the slander and all that stuff that comes with it.
Is that answer on the other side? Is that answer you just gave me different if he killed somebody?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I'll answer on the other side.
1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA. Y'all stay right there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
DeonRambo.com, that's me. I am Rambo, teaching you about contracts at the Westin Hotel, December 17th. That's coming up, December 17th. It's all free, sponsored by Linda Street. Listen, this is important. When you go to DeonRambo.com, you'll see I have LA County coming, the mayor's office coming, the city coming, prime contractors coming, everyone, and they can only talk for 6 minutes each. I take contracting very serious. You should too. DeonRambo.com. See you December 17th, DeonRambo.com.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're honored to be named the #1 hospital in California and the #2 hospital in the nation in U.S. News & World Report's Best Hospitals Honor Roll. We're also proud to be named #1 in 6 specialties in Los Angeles. Thank you to our physicians, nurses, academic leaders, and thousands of other team members who bring their best to Cedars-Sinai every day. Learn more about our top-ranked care at cedars-sinai.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, reminding you, when we fight, we win. Central CSO organizes for the rights of the undocumented, quality public education, and supporting in solidarity other communities seeking social justice. Central CSO stands for Chicana X, self-determination, defending public education, and fighting for all oppressed people in Boyle Heights and East Los Angeles. Find Central CSO meetings every third Wednesday. Visit online at centralcso.wordpress.com or on Instagram at CentralCS. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Had a great conversation. We were going to do this show next week, but for some reason we're doing it already. Talking about whether or not you do something. I guess the best way to describe it is if you are guilty of committing a crime, committing a sin of some sort, people tag you with that moniker or, I don't know, brand or whatever for the rest of your life. Nicki Minaj's husband has had some problems in the past. I don't even know what the actual conviction or charge was, but it was a sexual crime of some sort.
Yeah.
And he's been making the headlines over the last few days of people saying that he still owes this young lady restitution or something. I don't know. And I was asking you, okay, it's fine to take that gentleman back, for committing those crimes, but he didn't take a life. What if he had taken a life? Would you still be saying love is love if he took the life of another person?
I think that, it depends on what kind of taking a life we're talking about.
Violent crime.
I think that's different, especially, I don't know. I just think that that's different. However, if it were, like we talked about before, if it was a circumstance where he was in a situation and he was defending himself or, you know, that type of thing is definitely different.
Former gang member, you say no, that killed someone.
Under what circumstances? Again, if it's violent, if you're a violent guy and you've, you know, taken someone's life, that to me is different. But even there should still be the ability to I don't know. I still feel like you can change, right? I still feel like people can change and should be given a second chance too.
There are some in the black community. If someone, let's say you kill someone when you're 18 years old, and let's say that you get 15 years in prison and you get out, and you're in your mid-30s at this point, and you get out, the family of the person that you killed are going to say, you're a murderer for the rest of your life. Is that not fair?
Yeah, I think it is fair.
Yeah. And people would say, no, you can't say he was a murderer. He's not he was. It's like, he served his time. Do the crime, do the time. You can't put that on him for the rest of his life. The family would say, oh, yeah, you can, and we will.
But yeah, and it's true. And I'm not gonna sit in a place of being above anyone. But, you know, obviously I know exactly what that feels like. I also think that the people who will forever hold on as in a grudge to that killer, the one who took someone of their loved one, there is definitely a place that they need to heal. There's a thing that they need to heal. If you can't move on, right? If you're always gonna be malicious towards this person, you know, and have this passion of like hate towards this person, you need some healing there. You get what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's true that you killed, you know, a loved one. That part is true. But am I always going to look at you like, you killer, you're forever going to be a killer to me? Factual, yeah, you did kill someone, right? You did kill my loved one. But if you heal that place, I think you can look at it a little bit differently.
You probably got to teach us a little bit on that. Because you and I have both lost siblings. My sister, you could say, is a murderer at this point.
Is what?
You could say is a murderer at this point. It was a hit and run, you know? And I don't have the forgiveness within me the same way you do. And, of course, mine is still an open case. But I can't front. It's like, you think about if you ran across that person, offering forgiveness at this point is going to take me some time.
I think I also, and I'll never tell anybody, you know, how to grieve or how to think about their own situation. All I can do is just from my position, try to offer something. I think it could be a little bit different if that person, number one, we don't know the details of your sister's case at all. So we don't know if it was an accident, you got scared and you freaked out and you just didn't stop. We don't know if you know, someone knew that was her and they were like, I'm going to go, you know, we don't know. So I think it's a little bit different if, you know, that person, say you had to come face to face with them and it's like they were remorseful, they were scared in the moment. It wasn't intentional, it was accidental. Like, I think there are a few things that could be of comfort to help. Something like that.
Front, that would help.
It would, I'm sure that would provide even a sense of closure for you, because right now there are all these open answers, which I dealt with for months, because they were literally telling us nothing about what happened to my brother outside of the fact that we know he was shot multiple times, right? That is a little bit more, I mean, that is an intentional, right, kind of thing. So that is certainly someone who had an intention to kill him versus it being, you know, merely an accident or something like that could be looked at or forgiven, you know, differently. So there are just all kinds of, I think, varying factors of you know, when we're talking about killings and, you know, and of loved ones especially.
It's gonna be a tough one. Because, you know, if we did find out who it is, I don't want to make my sister's case part of this broadcast right now, and I'll end on this, but if we did find out who it is, I'm quite sure there's members of my family that would say, that person is a murderer until the end of time. I don't care how remorseful they were. I don't care if they were on medication, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm like you. I never tell people how to feel. And I had a conversation with a family member recently because all of us are grieving differently.
Yeah.
Some are showing no emotion. some are showing just seething anger, and some are crying all the time, and some are indifferent, you know? And it's like, there's a couple of my family members that are upset that this person isn't grieving enough. And it's like, you can never tell anyone how to grieve.
Yep. Or how to be upset or not upset. And that is even different. If someone has already forgiven, right? They're operating in a totally different, there's a different kind of, not a pep in the step as in like a happy, but it's just a different kind of walk, you know, like you're walking around not pretty much unbothered, right? When you have already forgiven. And then someone could be looking at you, mad at you that you're walking around lifted, happy.
Why you
like,
ain't upset?
Just, you know, you
ain't angry?
There's so many different scenarios. Me?
Yeah. They didn't say why you ain't crying. You ain't crying enough.
Can't nobody. Can't nobody.
Not ain't nobody.
Can't nobody. Ain't nobody and can't nobody.
They don't want to see that rah-rah. They ain't see rah-rah.
Nah, especially because, I mean, my brother, like, you can't tell me nothing about how to be and how to, you know what I'm saying? Nobody can enter that space. Like, nobody can. And the number one person who I was always concerned with, who was the leading person for me, was my mom, and how she dealt with it. To me, that's sort of everything you need that's the permission slip, right? Because the way my mom has literally proven over and over again why she is I hate to say the strongest woman or, you know, anything like that, but just how to accept and move on. I mean, she is the prime example of that for me. And so that she sort of signed the permission slip. It's an unspoken permission slip on how to be. And, you know, that's just a gift that I believe I've received from her. And I thank God for that you don't have to feel bad about forgiving someone. You don't have to feel bad about that. You know, no one can make me feel bad about that, because I'm connected with my brother, even through spirit, most importantly through spirit, to let me know, like, it's fine. It's good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So why, if I'm good, why are you holding on to anything?
Ooh, Robin with a word tonight. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Your sister is, I promise you, your sister's in a beautiful place. She's in a beautiful place.
Don't take me there tonight.
She's in a beautiful place.
I appreciate you. 1-800-920-1580, KBLA, stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A scathing congressional report claims the NFL's Washington Commanders hid decades of sexual misconduct. A U.S. House committee released its report that zeroed in on team owner Dan Snyder. The report says Snyder allowed pervasive sexual harassment by team executives of female employees. Inflation is making decorations more expensive. Christmas display retailer Aldic Home says prices for some items have increased by as much as 25%. Getting your hands on medication at a drugstore can be difficult these days thanks to the surge in COVID and flu cases. Doctors say you don't need anything fancy. Dr. Jessica Solis McCarthy with the University of Texas Health System says a hot shower and a humidifier can help clear up those stuffy noses. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Has your household been hit with COVID-19? Learn about a research study from the comfort of home. We are looking at ways to help people with COVID-19 feel better faster. Learn more at active6study.org/radio. That's activ6study.org/radio.
If you're not listening to Tavis Smiley weekday mornings on KBLA Talk 1580, you're missing out. Everybody wants to talk to Tavis.
That's one reason, by the way, why I'm so thrilled to have this conversation with you today. The three people I always most hoped would interview me were Phil Donahue, Studs Terkel, and Tavis Smiley. Donahue's retired, Terkel's deceased, so this is a real thrill for me. And the reason why I have such respect for what you do is you have a historically informed conversation of depth and detail.
Be sure to tune in to Tavis Smiley weekday mornings, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on your unapologetically progressive radio station, KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. Ho, ho, ho. KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefits concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory. Yeah,
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as Chief Executive of the City of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community, and I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wow.
Thinking of the fear I've had.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
When somebody
I'm surprised you even know the song.
Listen to the fear that's gone. Strangled by the wishes of fate. Hoping for the arms of nature. Get to me the sooner or later.
I'll keep Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. That is Simply Red, holding back the years. Okay, 1987.
84.
Is that right? 4? Wow, I don't know it was that old. Whoa, very nice. Wow. White dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
I told you we should do a Blue-Eyed Soul show, and you didn't want to do it.
You said that.
That would be fun. Although the pickings are slim.
The pickings are slim.
But the songs, I
would just be in the same. I would take the same group of singers, and I'm like, okay, from the same album, number 5. No.
We could open that thing up, put some NSYNC and some Backstreet in there. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you said no to that. I think Andy gave that suggestion. You turned it down.
No. We should just say white people. Here's one. And they had it, what was it on? It was on Black Twitter a few days ago. Who was your white crush growing up? We should do a versus. Growing up? Come on, you.
I don't know if I had one growing up.
Who are your interracial musical crushes growing up? And we could do a versus on that.
I don't know that I did not have a white crush until I was older.
Really?
Yeah.
Not one?
No,
sir. I'm trying to think.
Yours? You acting like you had 8,000? Okay, all right. Well, bring them up.
I love me some Madonna.
Okay.
Real talk. I love me some Madonna. Jenna. Oh, 6. I'm talking
Blossom?
music, though. Actually, she put out a song. She had a song, right?
Did she?
I think so.
I don't know.
Didn't matter. I was too busy looking at the album cover. She's like,
oh, my goodness gracious.
Jenna, yo. I want to have sex with 6. Let's get to the upon further review clips, okay? Because this first clip, look, Kanye has gone off the rails, as we all know, over the last few weeks here. But, there used to be a pretty insightful and philosophical Kanye West. This is him on The Breakfast Club, probably 2 years prior to him going off the deep end. Listen to just what he has to say in general, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Listen.
And it ain't one black designer that make a suit jacket. It ain't one black designer that makes shoes except for Jason Maine from Brand Jordan who's just left. It ain't. We don't got it like that. When I tell you only 7 black billionaires, look at that marginalization, and we feel like we happy because me and Rick Ross got a Maybach, or I got a Sprint outside, or a couple of us, or they put a black president. Man, let me tell you something about George Bush and oil money and Obama and no money. People want to say Obama can't make these moves or he's not executing. That's because he ain't got those connections. Black people don't have the same level of connections as Jewish people. Black people don't have the same connection as oil people. We don't know nobody that got a nice house. We don't know nobody with paper like that we could go to when we down. That could just put us back or put us in a corporation. We ain't in a situation. Can you guarantee that your daughter could get a job at this radio station? But if you own this radio station, you could guarantee that. That's what I'm talking about.
So I bring to you,
Man.
I was screaming when I played that for the first time. Is the problem with us as a people, we got a bunch of millionaires and billionaires in our communities. We don't have that long money, though. We don't have that generational money. We got short money. Is that the problem? Because we keep saying, we need to invest in our neighborhoods. We need to invest. Yeah, we could do that. We could build buildings. We could start businesses, so on and so forth. But that long money is different. That's that generational money. That's the money that, they profited from the infrastructure of this country.
Yeah.
And those doors are closed.
Oh, my goodness.
He's making a great point.
No, he makes a great point. I do think I think the more you make, the more you get into, the more you meet people, right? And then your connections begin to open up. Like, let's be clear, Kanye, even at his level, whenever he was talking.
Looking at him and his weight and the way he looked, it had to have been what do you think, Andy? You know Kanye better than me. 2-3 years?
Ago.
Just 2-3 years ago?
Or maybe even further back.
I'm going to say 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10, you
5
think?
to 10,
That
yeah.
sounded like 5 to 10
That's
years.
an old Breakfast Club video.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So even at that point, he wasn't billionaire status yet.
No.
He was the different-minded kind of Kanye. But even at that level, he had far more connections to different people than someone like you and I, right? I mean, it's going to be totally different. So the more you move up in life, the more you meet people or whatever. And I think that, honestly, I think we just don't know enough. So the problem is, part of the problem is that we don't have the education on how to turn our short money into long money. Right? So we don't know how to get there. And part of it is connections and being exposed and learning. But so that's all it is that translates into a lack of education. We don't know how to do it.
Didn't Kanye prove with his downfall recently that with all that money that he had, $2 billion, the richest black person in America, blah, 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 he lost it in a week. It wasn't tangible. It wasn't real. It wasn't long money. Isn't that the problem? We don't have it. If he could lose it in a week, Warren Buffett couldn't lose his money in a week.
Right, because Warren Buffett has his money, right? And so that's the other thing. Signing all these sponsorships and these deals and these partnerships and things like that is great, but that's all on paper. It's like, what is actually in my account? What is, in my invested, in my stocks, my portfolio? Where is that money? And so to me, I'm like, that's why you could lose it. There's still something behind this, though. There's something behind that whole Kanye thing and him losing these partnerships, and that I'm not sure what it is.
What are you saying? What it is? What are you saying? There's a conspiracy? Are you going to turn it into Andy?
We touched on it a little bit. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Why do you purposefully put yourself in a situation where you know what's about to happen? He said some things and basically turned to the camera and was like, so y'all can't do nothing to me. Y'all can't. I mean, he was sort of like antagonizing these companies and trying to get him.
Was it DEFCON 4 first?
Yeah, that was the first thing. But then he went on an interview and he said, I can say anti-Semitic things. Remember, on Drink Champs.
And they can't do nothing to me.
And so it was like he was antagonizing. What was behind that? What are you trying to make them do? What do you know that they can do, number one? And then it's sort of like, that they're going to do something because of the way you're talking. Something is up there. I don't know what that is.
Why couldn't it just be mental? Why it's got to be something?
I think a part of it is mental.
Why couldn't it just be that, though? That he was off the rocker? And
yeah, I think that's part of it.
I think it's probably more simple than we're saying. I think there are some people that were probably of Jewish faith that got him upset, and he took it out on the entire religion. That's what I think happened.
It could be.
But you burned down $1.5 billion bag because of some comments, man. It's crazy.
But was it really if he didn't have it?
That's my entire question right now.
Yeah, like
we
don't know.
Do any black people have long money in this freaking country? Is
Yeah,
it all short money?
No, there's some black people. I think but obviously we're not given the upper hand, and we're already behind, so it's going to take us longer, to reach that long money and to see that black long money, generational. I think it's just going to take us much longer.
Crap. Can we stay the course? Can we?
Yeah.
What bothers me is Kanye was worth $2 billion. Who's to say that North and the rest of those kids weren't going to be the brain that would spark the next generation and do some big things with the money, something their father couldn't accomplish? But now a lot of that fortune is gone.
Yeah, but those are pebbles, right? Those are pebbles to, think about, these kids are not going to be hurting for anything. And the other thing is, I truly believe, and this goes for Kanye as well, if Stacey agrees, she says all of it is mental.
All of it?
She says all of it is mental. I think that plays a part.
I think something did happen now.
Yeah, I think it plays the mental health. I think it definitely plays a part, right? But people like Kanye in his narcissism would think, I can lose this and get it right back. I can lose this and I can get it right back in a year or 2 years or whatever the case may be. And for most, there was actually a show, I don't know if this person that I know did this or was going to go through with it, but he wanted to do a show on stripping millionaires of everything that they had and basically making them start from scratch, like start from homelessness to see if they can do it.
Undercover boss do that kind of.
No,
still have their fortune,
yeah, they don't do that. They don't do that. And that's all. No, that's produced. But I'm just saying, like, that concept of literally taking everything away from you, seeing if you had a budget of, $100, what you can turn that into. So most millionaires, and they say if you're truly a millionaire or billionaire or whatever, and you have that mindset and you have that skill, is it transferable? Can you take it all away and you make it right back? And someone like Kanye would say, yeah.
That's a great show. The reason it's not possible with Kanye, you mentioned it on the show before. What is that rating? Is it Q rating? Was that you that mentioned that?
The rating?
Yeah, a rating that celebrities have that tells how marketable they are.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that.
I was talking to somebody about that. Every celebrity has a Q rating, they call it. And Kanye's was really high at one point. That's how he got to $2 billion. Now, you can't rebuild to billions when no one's going to work with him. He can't get it back. How? No one's going to partner with him. Nike just dropped freaking Kyrie Irving. I mean,
yeah.
Once you start burning up, they're tough to get back.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I do think that clearly some people still want to be tied to him because people are even still giving him an opportunity to come on their platform and speak, right? So you still want to be tied somehow with Kanye West. And I also think that he might possibly do something that it doesn't require a partnership with a corporation. I'm not sure. Again, this is me thinking almost like Kanye. What would he think?
You sound like him.
What would Kanye think, right? What would Kanye say? I'm not saying that he's going to do it. I'm just saying I'm thinking the way that he would think.
I wish him well. Charlamagne said he thinks it's not going to be around much longer.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking like that.
I hope Charlamagne's wrong. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we're going to finally get to the other clips. Can you believe it? KBLA, stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Black music and entertainment OGs still making moves. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. First stop, Bobby Brown announces upcoming world tour with New Edition in 2023. Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, Ronnie DeVoe, Ralph Tresvant, and Bobby Brown. According to Brown, the group's bond is too strong to permanently break. In other news, Gladys Knight is awarded with Kennedy Center honors from President Joe Biden. The 7-time Grammy Award winner Gladys Knight, 78 years old, received the Kennedy honors for her contribution to the arts. And if you didn't know, the Empress of Soul will soon be releasing a scripted miniseries about her life that she is executive producing. And last stop, Mike Tyson and Ice Cube sit down for a chat, and Ice Cube reveals that he's doing what he can to regain control of the Friday franchise to, quote, make the fans happy. That's your K-Black Minute News.
At the Strategy Center, we have a lot to celebrate. Join us Saturday, December 17th, 12 noon to 4 p.m. for our annual holiday block party at Strategy in Seoul, located at 3546 Martin Luther King Boulevard, Los Angeles 90008 on King Boulevard, 1 block east of Crenshaw. Featuring food from Earl's on Crenshaw, Afro-Cuban drumming with Richard Marquez, and ornament making for kids of all ages, and more activities for children. Help us celebrate 33 years of fighting anti-Black policies in LA. We want free public transportation for everyone in LA and 50% of all public and private jobs set aside for Black applicants. Did I mention a live DJ and karaoke? You do not want to miss this. Join us on December 17th from 12 to 4 p.m. at Strategy in Seoul, 3546 West Martin Luther King Boulevard. Visit our website for more information and RSVP to www.thestrategycenter.org.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. You know, the fries covered in bold Mexican spices you dip in a warm nacho cheese sauce. You can also dunk them in nacho cheese sauce or pour the sauce onto a pile of them and create like a nacho fries nachos. The thing is that you eat them with nacho cheese sauce. That's what makes them nacho fries. Otherwise, you're just eating fries and sipping on nacho cheese sauce, and that's the wrong way. Sorry, just really passionate about nacho fries.
Nacho fries are back, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact local store for hours and participation which vary.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
I cannot believe we're going to finish these clips off to finish out the week here. That is fantastic. Here's our second one. The second clip just so happens to be a clip from the groundbreaking Tavis Smiley series, State of Black America. A few years ago, Dr. Julia Hare illustrated why we shouldn't ever confuse leading blacks with black leaders. Listen.
Don't ever confuse leading blacks with black leaders. Let me tell you why you don't do that. One of the reasons you don't confuse them, black leaders are chosen by you. They're chosen by the people they're going to lead. They're chosen by us. But let me tell you about the leading blacks. The leading blacks are chosen by the media. Leading blacks are chosen by ABC, all broadcasting Caucasians. Leading blacks are also chosen by NBC. Nothing broadcasting but Caucasians. And the rest are chosen by CBS, the Caucasian broadcasting system. And when you allow leaders to be chosen by the media that's owned by the corporations, when you get ready to change your lives, carefully watch and see what the leading blacks are doing, because that's when the leading blacks sneak into the door to the corporations, and they will tell the corporations, oh, we know how to go and put them down. We know how to get you some real affirmative action Negroes to come in here and work. We know how to do that. But at the end of the day, the leading blacks lead the corporations, and the leading blacks have gotten paid while we have gotten played.
So, that being said, do you think, because Van Jones... Oh, man.
Is he a leading black or black leader?
Van Jones is being skewered.
Yeah.
Bad. And I love that kid. I can't defend it. I can't. My question is, who determines who our leaders are? Because many would say that Van Jones is a leader of the black community. Others will say, who said that? And who makes that determination?
Yeah, I think that there is a difference in people who are leaders, and that are, to answer your question, I think it's us, right? The people, we're the ones who call you a leader or whatever. But all of it is determined by what you do already,
Absolutely.
right? So you have to
actions for sure. No words, actions.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be actually doing something. But some people are just... interestingly enough, and people could be doing the same amount of work I think there are other characteristics, right, that we deem you to be a leader. So you could be popular, you could be very famous for what you do, you could be appreciated even for what you do, but you may not have the leadership qualities as this person who we deem a leader, right? So maybe you guys are doing the same equal amount of work, and you know, trying to be even on the front lines and everything like that, but we definitely decide who's up for that job. Well said.
Is Charlamagne the God a leader?
I think he's a leader in a very like a niche, right, leader. Yeah. He's not necessarily like for the black people. I don't think he's that guy. I think he is definitely for the brothers, the culture, the mental health awareness. You know what I'm saying? He's like the leader of that, you know, that type of thing. But at the same time, I think, you know, leaders these days, it's like who actually is that? We have a tough time figuring out who that is. We've called out like Killer Mike and, you know, different people. But we even have a tough time because no one is really taking that role on like a Dr. Martin Luther King. No one's done that really. We've not put anybody in that position.
But here's the thing, though. If you look at Van Jones's record, all the things he's done on prison reform,
absolutely,
that's not a leader.
No, I think that he is, again, he's appreciated. I think he even could be seen as like knowledgeable and a leader of a certain type of thing, but just not as a. That's the thing I'm trying to say. When we talk about leadership, we trust them in all ways across the board of our people, period. Yeah. Right? Not necessarily, oh, well, we trust you right here to talk about this right here. Van Jones is also one of them. He is not he's not necessarily for the people all across the board. I think that, you know, he has done incredible things for prison reform. Incredible. I think that he's on the board of there's an organization, and it I can't remember the name of the organization right now, but him, Jay-Z, there's several people who are on this board who are doing some really, really incredible things, and they've gotten like masks, you know, during the pandemic over to all the different prisons. He's doing incredible work, and not just that, but he does a lot of other things, but he's doing great work. He's appreciated. I wouldn't call him a leader of the people.
You wouldn't say Van Jones loves black people. You wouldn't say that.
I think you could say that, but that to me is not necessarily his angle.
Not with that speech.
I don't think that's his angle.
The speech was a mistake. The tone was way wrong.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything. I wonder if he's going to come out and go, correct.
I think he has to at some point. It's because it's heating up, so I think that he has to.
There was some tap dancing going on. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We may make that a show next week. How do you prove that you love black people? Something like that. You guys enjoy your weekend. Bomb show.
Yeah.
Bomb show.
Oh, yeah.
Come on down on Saturday, y'all. Come on. It's going to be a big event right here. Lamert Park. Good luck. God bless. Gone. Keep it on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Be good.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Good morning. The Black Information Network is following breaking news out of Russia. WNBA star Brittany Griner has been released from a Russian detention center following a prison swap, according to CNN. Stay with the Black Information Network. We'll keep you up to date on this breaking story as details become available. Again, CNN is reporting WNBA star